say engineer, later did my MBA and stepped out working, and at some point of time, because if you ask, Wally Success Learning Technology is primarily focuses on leadership skills and life skills, right? And leadership skills, very important. Yes? 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 Yes. Definitely yes, right? Life skills, very important. I mean, life skills, what I mean is this, how to face life. Is that something very important? Right? Because what I felt was this, at some point of time, I felt there is a lot of need for it, and more than everything, one of the key criteria which actually pushed me to start Only Success was, some point of time I started loving training. Loving training means this, it's something where you become passionate about something, right? And if you need to find out, are you passionate about something, the question always what I ask is this, if you have a lot of money, what will you do? Don't tell me you will spend, I'm not asking that. What will you do as your profession? Yes? What will you do as a profession? Yes? What kind of business? Yes? Increase it. I mean, are you getting this question? If you have a lot of money with you, which means you don't have to work for money anymore, which means what kind of things you will do? Right? Because when I asked this question to myself, I've actually figured out or found out this thing called as training, right? Which means that's exactly what I define as passion, right? And Only Success was started years back. And if you ask, one of the key traits means what? What do you mean by traits? One of the key qualities of an entrepreneur, right? How an entrepreneur has to be is this. If you check, Only Success started in 2004, and if you ask how much investment I personally made in Only Success is about 5,000 is the investment what I've actually made. But today, if you come and check Only Success, we operate out of 4 different countries, right? And people from about 40 different nationalities go through the program. We have close to about 40 to 50,000 people being trained by creativity, implementation, which is actually nothing else but action. It's nothing else but what? Action. So what creates or what helps you to do something meaningful is this. It's not only idea, it's also something called as what? Action. Right? Idea plus action is what creates it. For us to start the entire session, shall I tell you a short story? Yes? Yes. I want to see a lot of smiling faces for a story. Fine, right? So, shall I tell you a story? But if you check, this story is a real life story. This happened in the life of Richard Branson. Have you heard of this person? Who has started Virgin Airlines. Right? And what happened in the life of Richard Branson is this. He was on a holiday, right? And one of the islands called as the Beef Island, which is part of the Virgin Island group. Virgin Island is a bigger island, and Beef Island is part of the Virgin Island as a group. So when he completed his holiday, when he finished his holiday and came back to the airport, what he saw was this. He saw his flight was cancelled. Right? I mean, there is no flight. So how you will feel when you actually get up ready and then you go to a bus, train or a flight and then they say it's cancelled, how will you feel? How will you feel? Irritated? Angry? Frustrated? Right? This is exactly how everybody felt. But what Richard Branson thought was this. He thought when people are going through a lot of pain, there is an opportunity there. Right? And when people are struggling with a lot of pain, which means there is an opportunity. So what he did was this. He actually found out the biggest pain now is what? Everybody has to go back. They need to find again a stay, and then next day when people are walking out, because he was carrying a placard which says it is Virgin Airlines. When people are stepping out, they are talking about Virgin Airlines. Or one person said, I think Virgin Airlines service is very good. And what happened? Virgin Airlines was created. Right? Because till that time he was actually selling audio records. That is where he was in. He was into adventurous sports. That's what Richard Branson was doing. Because if you ask, Richard Branson personally has inspired me a lot. I mean, there are a lot of books what he has actually done. I mean, you can capture a lot of his videos online, right? So if you go check how the Virgin Airlines first created was this. It was one which is actually an idea, and next one is what? Is actually an action. Idea and action, which really makes what? Which really makes the dream come true. And taking action, easy, difficult. Taking action, is it easier? Say for example, you know how to do it. You know this is how it is to be done, right? Which means, I mean, you know the way of doing it, you know the strategy to do it. So taking action, easy or difficult?
Difficult.
Why is that? Okay, just for you to understand this, how many of you know, like, tell me a set of things. How many of you know you have to study for exam? Much ahead of your exam. What I mean is this. How many of you don't know that you have to study for your exam? Hello? Let me ask the third question, otherwise, how many of you will not raise your hand for whatever kind of questions I ask? Because some of them, like, you got my question? My question was this. How many of you know you need to study for your exam much ahead of your exam? Simple.
Alarm clock won't work.
Yeah, rain stops. Right? One of these reasons. Because primarily is this, taking action is something very, very different. It's not just having the idea, it's not about knowing all these set of things, it will not make sense. It's about how to actually take action, right? Because if you check, right, why I insist, why stick, right? I mean, check this, when the elephant is very small, right, what they do? Yeah, so the elephant is small, then what they do? They play? No, I'm not asking about playing with the elephant. They play with the elephant actually. Okay, I'm not asking about that. I'm asking about how they control a small elephant. What they do? Now they go ahead and chain it up, right? I mean, one of the legs of the elephant is actually chained, right? And other end is again tied on and kind of thing. And my question is this, whether the elephant will do everything to break the chain and move away, yes or no? Definitely yes, it will want to break the chain and move away, right? That's something what it wants to do, but the question is, whether can it break it and move away?
No.
Not exactly, because the chain is actually stronger. And over a period of time, right, what happens to the elephant? The elephant becomes bigger and bigger, which means the elephant becomes stronger and stronger. And by the way, what happens to the chain? The chain becomes weaker and weaker, right? And the question, logical question, right? Question is this, at some point of time, whether the elephant can break the chain and move away, yes or no? Yes? Definitely yes, but what the elephant will do? You go observe this is a fact. It will do everything wanting to move, and the moment it realizes there is a chain, then what happens? It's back. And most interesting part is this. One end of the chain is actually tied on to one of the legs of the elephant, and other end of the chain is what? Is not even tied. So the question is this, whether the elephant can move? Yes, but whether the elephant will move? Not exactly, because what I see here on the screen is one of the pictures which actually appeared in my very first book, right, which I actually got it done with the help of a cartoonist, right. If you check, one of the legs of the elephant is actually tied on, right, and the other end of the chain is loose. The question is this, whether the elephant can move? Yes, but will it move?
No.
I never started from a OK school, right, I actually started from a small village school, right, and I still remember a good number of days we never used to have a proper classrooms, right, I mean many of the classes used to have it in open kind of thing. So which means what? Whenever you don't have proper classrooms, what is the good side of it? Be like a student. Think like a student now. All of you are sitting like a boring adult. No, like boring adult. What's a boring adult? Like, okay, Right, good. Carry on. Boring adult posture. Right? Okay. So let me ask you this. What is the good side of it if you don't have a proper classroom? Yes?
There will be a lot of disturbance.
Lot of disturbance. The key is this. If it rains, you don't have the school. Right? So if you check, there is still a lot of days, good number of days, I very well remember, we used to pray and go to the school. You know for what? Today it must rain. Today it must rain. And if it rains, it's wonderful. Because if you go check, it is much happier than a weekend. You know that, right? If you take a weekend, say if it is a Sunday, and somebody comes and tells you it's a holiday, how will you feel? So what? I know already. Who has to take the class? Not the teachers. Right? The students have to take the class. So when I actually entered in, so they said there is something called as seminar classes for students, and it was scaring me like anything. It was like a nightmare, right? And when you actually go in, so the challenge was this, which means you need to actually prepare yourself. You need to stand up on stage and talk to people. Oops, I just can't even think of doing it. So what happened was this. But I found out this because in our college it used to go in the alphabetical order. Right? I mean, it starts with A, and I used to have about 93 students in my class. So when I was actually checking out, my name starts with V. I'm Vidya Shankar. It starts with V. Then what happens? You know what happens, right? By the time they come to yes or something, the semester is over. So I was so happy. So this started in my, because first semester there was nothing of these kind of seminar classes. It started in the second semester. So second semester I was going through it, and by the time yes came, they said semester over, and we were all very happy. Right? And then we went on to the second year. Then they announced about seminar classes. I was least bothered about it because I know what is going to happen. Right? And as it happened, like how expected, what happened? Around that yes R, it stopped. Right? And again, it was so happy days. And what happened was this, as I moved on to the third semester, right? I had a master who actually came up, who was in charge for the seminar classes, who came up and said, in my class, what's going to happen is this, we are going to start in the reverse alphabetical order. I do whatever calculations possible, I have to be on stage. There's no choice, because it starts with what? V. I mean, you expect somebody to be in Z, X, all these things, gone. I mean, I come like third or fourth, I have to be on stage. Right? And entrepreneur, because if you check, triangle means what?
3 quarters.
3 sides, right? One side of this triangle is actually what you call it as a skill, right? And what do you mean by skill? What do you mean by skill? Your talent, or you start, say for example, at some point of time, you may start developing a lot of skills on marketing. You may develop a lot of skills on, say, human resource. You may develop a lot of skills on finance, right? All these sort of things are specific skills that comes by doing, right? You start doing it, then you gain skills, right? But other side of it is what? It's actually the knowledge, right? Knowledge is something what you gain out of learning, right? I mean, right now what you are gathering all through your college education, your school education, your undergraduation is all knowledge, right? And when you want to check, when an entrepreneur has to be successful, whether the knowledge matters, yes?
Yes.
Definitely yes, right? And interestingly, what the important fact is this, in our education system, right, we are overloaded with knowledge. Agree with me? How many years you are studying?
16.
Some of them like, what?
16.
How many years you are studying? 17, 18 years. Remember this, you are only studying, or you are supposed to be. Right? I know you do all the other things, but supposed to be only studying for the 18 years in your lifetime. That's what you are doing.
Yes.
Right? Which means you are overloaded with knowledge. Whether you want it or not, you know about science, you know about math, you know about, you name it, they taught you all those things. Agreeing with me? Right? And at some point of time you felt all these things is enough. Let me start focusing on something. Right? Then okay, let me choose business administration, let me choose MCA, whatever it is, and again, oh, this is again too much because it's a lot of things. Let me start focusing on finance, let me start focusing on marketing and whatever it is, right? And then you start focusing on one of these things, which is again a specific knowledge, because we have in plenty. You have a lot of skills, you have a lot of knowledge, and most interesting part is this: when it comes to skills, if you are not having, then what you can do? Say for example, you don't have a skill, but you have started a company. What you can do?
We can study the skill.
Yes?
We can learn the skill.
You can learn the skill, develop the skill, or you can always hire somebody who have that skill. You understand? You can always hire somebody who have that skill. That's the best thing to do, right? So if you go check, all these things can be handled, but mindset and belief is something to do with it, right? And apart from it, see, entrepreneurship is also this. Where what I'm going to ask you or share with you set of things is this. The kind of goals what you carry, is it something very, very important? Yeah? The kind of goals what you carry, is it very important?
Yes.
Yes? Okay. I'll tell you this very important study what I actually came across. Fine. Do I have to wait? Okay. Study what I actually came across in one of these institutes called as the Yale University, right? This particular one, what has happened in Yale University was this: they went out to find out the graduates who are stepping out of the Yale University. Graduates, you know what I mean? The students who are actually going out of Yale University. You all know Yale University?
Yes.
Yes? You heard of Oxford University?
Yes.
Howard University?
Yes.
Yes? Yale University is one of those kind of institutes. Right? And you know Bill Clinton? Yes? He actually graduated out of Yale University. And now you all know Yale University? Right? Because this study was actually done in that place. Right? And this happened in the year 1952. What they did was this. They went out to find out students who are stepping out of this institute. They went and asked, what is it you want to do in your life? Right? They have been asked this question. And when they have been asked this question, about 3% of students told what? 3% of students said, this is what I want in my life. They said they clearly defined, this is what I want in my life. And about balance is what? 97% of students said, what they said?
I don't know what.
Sharing with you what say entrepreneurship is all about? Definitely yes, right? And because if you're not having or if you're not aware of what is it you want, you know how your experience will be. It is something like this. See, if you're actually assume this, assume there is a person who is sitting on the boat, right? Sitting on a boat, and the boat is on a moving water, right? And what this person doing is this. This person is rowing the boat, right? And the boat is moving at specific speed, specific direction. And at some point of time, what he's doing is this. He decides to stop rowing the boat. And what happens to the boat? Will it stop?
No.
Yes or no?
No.
No, right? Why?
It flows with.
Because it's on the moving water. It still moves forward, right? And at some point of time, what happens is this. The water divides and takes two different directions. The question is this: which direction the boat will take? This way or this way?
Where the flow is more.
Where the flow is more, the boat takes one of the directions and then he is moving on further. And as he is going further, what happens is at some point of time, he hears a huge noise, which is noise of nature, so he feels very good. And as he moves further, what he realizes is this: the noise is because the water on which he is moving is falling from top of a huge mountain. To fall, this thing called as the Niagara Falls. Right? And the question is this: at that point of time, can he change the direction?
No.
Yes or no? Cannot. Right? And this is popularly called as the Niagara syndrome. Right? And if you check, many times when I actually come across people even at like 30s, 40s, 50s, right? When I take your exam, right? You know what you want to do?
Study.
You know how to do?
Yes.
Will you get what you want? Why?
Yes.
Why is that?
True. Yes.
What? Teacher doesn't give marks. That's true. What else is the reason? Because you never thought these kind of questions will come. You prepared totally different.
Out of syllabus.
Anything else? Out of syllabus happens. What else happens?
Time is not available.
Oh, time is not available. Right? It's what can I do? Right? It's nothing to do with me. Somebody cannot write faster than me. Still, time is not enough. Anything else?
Luck is not good.
Lucky.
Luck is not good.
Oh, luck is not good. Luck never favored me. You guys are too good in this. I'll tell you one thing. Anything else?
Did not get time to study.
Oh, I never got the time to study.
Pen is,
Fever.
pen is not good.
The pen is not good. Anything else? So many things are coming across just for one exam. Right? And think of this, if you can come out with so many things for an exam, which is so straight, you know what you want to do. When you take life, right, when a lot of emotions involved, so complex stuff coming across, right, it's something very different. Right? So you know what you want to do. You know how to do. Now let me ask you, will you get what you want?
Yes.
Yes.
Will you get what you want? Then go score 100% in all your exams. Go ahead. What stops you? Right? It's something very different. Say for example, if that is the case, everybody will start business. Agreeing with me? You can read how to do a business in your books. There are hundreds of books which teaches you how to run a business. Just go exactly do it. Will you get what you want? Never. Never. Just not even once. Why is it so? Why is it so? Maybe not having the luck.
We only find excuses.
Right? Oh, you find excuses, wonderful, you are almost there. Right? And if you go check, very important mindset of an entrepreneur, or very important trait of an entrepreneur, is or not achieving it. Is it high or low? It's high. Right? Say you do it some 10 times, you may or may not achieve in all 10 times. You may not achieve even all the 10 times. Right? So if you go check, the key is this. When those kind of instances happen in life, there are a set of ways in which you can handle it. Like number one is this, where you give it up. Give it up means this, you give up. And whenever you give up, you will not stop there. Then what do you say? When you give up, then like how you are talking about, then only a lot of excuses comes up. You know why I didn't score well in my exam? Can you complete it? Because
I did not study.
that comes the last. Right? Say whether it becomes an excuse or it becomes a complaint, right? Or it is blaming somebody else. You ask me how I know, it is a human pattern. Right? It's a human pattern. It's a common human emotion. When you give up, you never stop. You give excuses, you complain, or you blame somebody else or something else. Because it's not me. It's somebody else. Maybe my teacher, maybe my college, maybe my exam paper, maybe the place I was sitting was not good, the guy behind me was disturbing, the guy in front of... I know people like that. Right? He was keep on asking me what is the answer, what is the answer. I was not able to focus. right? Have you heard this kind of thing? All these set of things, which means it's not me, it's everybody else, anything else in this world. That's why I can't do it. That's actually one kind of category. And other kind of category is what? If this is one category, other kind of category.
Accept the truth.
Yes?
Accept the truth.
They will not give up so easily. Right? Say I do once, I don't get what I want, then what happens? Will they give up?
No.
They will not give up. Then what they will do?
They fight.
They fight back. They get back and do it differently the next time. Oh, if this is not working, I will do it differently. If that is not working, I will do it differently. Right? What we always call it as one of the key criteria or a key spirit of an entrepreneur, what we call it as capability to never give up. Right? It's a very powerful mindset. As it happens, you never give up. So I'll actually ask you this person. I'm sure you should be knowing this person. Right? Know this person? Don't read it on top. I know you'll read it on top. Right? Fine. You know this person? Yes. So what this person did? Bulb. I know bulb. So how you heard about this person? Where you read about this person? Yes? Science book. 7th standard, 8th standard. Right? Science book. They say put the picture of this person, put the bulb and all these things. And then they said this person found the bulb. Right? And then they described about the bulb, not about him. Right? But if you go check what has really happened in his life. Say, is it that he decided, oh, I want to find something glowing, and then he found out? Not exactly. What happened? Because he's an entrepreneur. He actually created a lot of companies. Right? What happened in his life? It's not as the first instant he got something glowing and then he changed the world. Not exactly. Right? As he put in a lot of effort, he failed. But only difference was this. At that point of time, he said of learning something is what? You know, once you become or you feel you are an adult, you know how you learn? You start going like this and then you become like this. Whatever happens, you feel this way. And if something very good happens, right? And what happens is this. When you learn this way, your mind shuts. Your mind hangs. You know, like brain hangs. Right? The brain hanging happens. Right? Because always understand this. When the learning is faster is this, because your motion is your emotion. Right? Your motion is the emotion what I feel. And what I feel is the right emotion to learn. You know what I mean by emotion, right?
Yes.
What I mean by emotion? Yes?
Eager to learn.
Eager to learn. Interest to learn. And all these sort of things very useful. Patience to learn. Wonderful. So which means
Gathering.
when you want to learn, because always when I actually step in, I ensure the time I put in is 100% useful for each and every one of you. Right? And similar to that, when you are sitting here, I definitely want to ensure the time what you are putting in is 100% useful. So when you are being here, what emotions are useful? All these set of emotions, what you call. And let me ask you, what are the emotions which are not useful for learning?
Angry. Irritation.
You feel angry when you learn? Or maybe exam time. Oh, I have to take the exam. Okay, anything else? Oh, boring?
Mentally absent. Mentally absent.
Mentally absent.
Sleeping.
What you always use in the class, right? Mentally absent, physically present. That's what you know. Some of them are never changing their posture because already they are like that. You know that? Some of them like already they are there. Fine. So sit lousy, which means your shoulders must be up or down. Down. Put your shoulders down. And how you must breathe? Slowly, as if the person sitting next to you must have a doubt. Are you alive or not? Okay, do that. And how your eyes must be up or you should look down. Down. Wonderful. Look down. Look down. And what you must say to yourself.
When will get over?
Not here.
When will get
Oh,
this
when it
over?
will get over?
I'm not here.
How come I'm stuck here?
Match is going
There
on.
are somebody gone for the match. Anything else?
What's the time?
What's the time? So all those things. Enough. I know you've got a lot of things for this. Right? So you do all these things. And the moment I say shift, right, what you're going to do is this. You all are going to act as if you're really excited. Or like how you are talking about what? As if you are shocked. You said like shocked, and then I asked shocked for what? Shocked to learn new things. Okay, so kind of thing. Right? I'm going to say you shift, then you shift yourself to feeling excitement. You all know how to feel excited. No, smile. Smile.
Smiling face.
Listen, without scaring me. Okay, smile. Smile. And how your breathing must be. Faster, deeper. Right? And why I'm telling you is this, because I'm also sharing with you one of the very, very important trying of say being an entrepreneur, because if you check, he went out to make or do a demo pieces, because they said we can't put it in the cards directly, give us demo pieces. So for that he wanted to build a small factory, right? And then he built a small factory, putting all his money. And when he built the small factory, you know what happened? That was the time World War II was happening, and a bomb was dropped in his country. And what happened to his factory? It was demolished, right? And again he had the choice to give up, right? And what he said was this: there are no failures, only feedback, take responsibility, right? And then he went out to actually collect all the petrol cans which are leftovers of the war and sell it, and again make the money and build the company again, or build the factory again, right? And as he built the factory, finished it, the place where he was having the earth started shaking, which is actually nothing else but the earthquake. And what happened to his factory? It's gone for the second time. And then what he did was this: on the third time, when he need to build it, he wrote a lot of cycle company owners that I am going to build a factory, I can actually make you as shareholders, can you put in money? Some of them gave money, and then he built the factory again for the third time. And that time what happened? Nothing happened. Right? So nothing happened. He actually created it, and he started supplying it to Florida. Right? And then they felt what he was doing was true, and that became a vicious cycle, which means he was able to sell more, and then he was able to make more, and then he started making it as a bigger factory. And the most important question what he asked in his life was this, which actually made what he is today. The most important question, biggest question what he asked in his life was this. He asked, why don't I make my own cars? Right? And then he created his own car company. Right? So do what I do. Now one is this. First one is this. Anything is possible. Do what I do. Anything is possible. I said do what I do. Anything is possible. Is a question of. Is a question of right strategy. There are no failures. Only feedback. Take responsibility. No blame. No excuses. No complaining. Enough? All of you stand up. That's better. Okay. Stand up. Wake it up. Okay. Number one is this. Anything is possible. It is a question of right strategy. There are no failures. Only feedback. Take responsibility. No blame. No excuses. No complaining. What you do is this: we go straight 5 times and then close. Okay. Start. Now what is this? Yeah, start.
Anything is possible. It's a question of right strategy. There is no failure. It's a question of right strategy.
We'll just go one by one till 5 times. Okay?
Okay, fine.
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 So, anything is possible. It's a question of right strategy. Anything is possible. It's a question of right strategy. Anything is possible. It's a question of right strategy. Then, yes, we'll go to the next one. Okay. There are no failures. Only feedbacks. There are no failures. Only feedbacks. There are no failures. Only feedbacks.
My trainer's voice are much stronger than all of you together. Better. Okay. There are no failures.
There are no failures. Only feedbacks. There are no failures. Only feedbacks. Okay, then we go. Take responsibility. No blames. No excuses. No complaints. Take responsibility. No blames. No excuses. No complaints. What do you do? Take responsibility. No blames. No excuses. No complaints. Take responsibility. No blames. No excuses. No complaints. Okay, we'll do from the one. Okay, just one last one. Okay, anything is possible. It's a question of right strategy. And then there are no failures. Only feedbacks. And then take responsibility. No blames. No excuses. No complaints. Then
Thank you, right, and moving on, just more energy. Okay, wonderful. Moving on, just to close out this is the session. All this is the session. Just to summarize all those things, whatever I was sharing with you, right? Some of the myths about entrepreneurship is all these sort of things, right? Need to have a lot of experience. So many people have proven it wrong, right? Number two is this. Need to have a lot of capital, which is never true. I've never come across this as a fact. You cannot be too young, you cannot be too old. It's again not the truth. I mean, it's nothing to do with age. You must be smart and knowledgeable. Smartness and knowledge can always be higher, right? That's something what I always understood. If many people work driven by goals, you must be people's people, right? Which means like people are assert, people make things happen, right? And apart from it, you have to take responsibility. If you're an entrepreneur, you just can't blame anybody. That's a fact, right? You just can't give excuses, you can't complain, you can't blame, and you need to be action-oriented because entrepreneurship is all about action, right? These are all the set of things what I would like to share. And apart from it, I take this wonderful opportunity to thank your principal, all your teachers, Srija who has actually made this happen. And each and every one of you, thanks a lot. Thanks a lot.